ILLIA TOPURIA is the truth. In the span of 1 year, this man has managed to dethrone probably the two best featherweights of all time in Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. And he did so in relatively dominant fashion. So today, I want to discuss how we got here in the featherweight division and what makes ILLIA Topuria so special. ILLIA has a record that somewhat speaks for itself at 16-0, with 14 out of 16 contests coming by way of finish, either by submission or knockout. It shows what kind of career he's had up to this point, and it's just pure dominance. His UFC start came against a man by the name of Yusuf Salal, and he is the other man other than Josh Emmett to take him to a decision in his professional career. As of recording this video right now, he just finished knocking the head off somebody last week, so that rematch may be coming soon. After that, he had competitions against the likes of Damon Jackson and the Ninja Ryan Hall, who both lost by highlight reel finish. I mean, Ryan Hall kept trying for a fucking leg lock, and he ate a punch lock. After beating Damon Jackson and defeating Ryan Hall, both by way of knockout, he had a brief stint at lightweight where he faced Jai Herbert, where that O was hanging in the balance because Jai Herbert put a head kick on him like he wanted to swat a fly on the top of his head. However, Topuria recovered and then hit him so hard, it looked like this motherfucker owed him money from 3 years ago. Crisp 4-punch combination to put his lights out. Briefly after this, he gets ranked in the featherweight division. I'm not sure how that worked. He gets ranked in the featherweight division and faces Bryce Mitchell, who he finished via head and arm choke, showing his first displays of grappling prowess and a spot in the top 10. After this victory, he faces the likes of Josh Emmett, who was on a tear when he faced him. Absolute power puncher, which turned out to be as advertised. It was absolutely a punch fest, but only for ILLIA Topuria, who put on a clinic for 5 rounds. That victory secured him a spot in the top 5 and a subsequent title shot. And we all know how the following events had turned out.
I think this old man needs this young fella a lesson. What do you reckon?
Hey!
So what makes his style so difficult to beat? And what has made him so dominant thus far? Well, ILLIA Topuria's striking is absolutely flawless. More specifically, his boxing is absolutely flawless, although he times a very good calf kick every once in a while. There is absolutely no fat in his technique, no wasted movement in his boxing, and he throws heavy combinations, 3, 4, 5 punches at a time.
Tranquilo, no te
Also, he doesn't overextend himself. ILLIA also, as he strikes and he defends strikes, is never truly out of position. He defends with very minimal movement, allowing him to counter back with those same 3, 4, 5 punch combinations we talked about earlier. ILLIA is also very good at cutting off the cage. He knows where he wants his opponents. He wants them against that cage so he can unload his 4, 5 punch combinations, attack the body or attack the head for the KO. You put all those factors together, it's no surprise as to why he's been able to build up such a dominant record thus far. Also, on top of that, he just doesn't throw with volume. He throws with plenty of power. Daniel Cormier said there hasn't been power at the featherweight division like that since Conor McGregor, which is something to behold. ILLIA also can take the fight to the ground if need be. Although all we've seen in the UFC is that submission on Bryce Mitchell. He has an extensive Greco-Roman background, and his jiu-jitsu is amazing. I mean, one of the untold moments in that Max Holloway fight was how quickly he was able to get to the back when Max Holloway had slipped in that first round. It was within seconds, and that just shows years and years of grappling. He understands his technique very well. They say battles are often won in the mind, and ILLIA Topuria is a great illustration of this. I believe his mindset is what ultimately, outside of his technical prowess and his ascension through the ranks, is what made him champion. He visualizes in his mind victory and doesn't see any other route that the fight is going to go. I mean, a lot of people had Max Holloway winning that UFC 308 bout, but after I watched the press conference and he said he was going to be the first one to put Max's lights out, something that's never happened before. It wasn't what he said, but it was the way he said it. He said it in a way that he himself believed it to the deepest core.
Ilya, you said you're going to be the first person to knock out Max Holloway. With the likes of Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Volk not being able to do it, what makes you so confident you're going to be the first person to knock him out?
No one of them have the power I have in my hands. No one of them have the skills I have. Guys, listen. I have been saying with the same thing with Borg. You all have the same energy in that fight. You have the same energy in this one, but you're going to change your mind after this Saturday night. You will see, guys. I will be the first one to take his lights out.
And I think this self-belief is something he takes with him inside of every fight and is what ultimately aided him in his ascension to being the UFC featherweight champion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's something I missed? No? You want to tell me go fuck myself? Put it down below.
Open, I pop off like they Henny bottles. We love not to leave a drop off. Like some praising will leave me in amazement if it just happens at the motherfucking top floor.